As we stand at the threshold of 2024, join us on a voyage back in time to uncover the profound teachings of Stoicism. In this video, we're not just talking about resolutions, we're talking about a transformative mindset that will shape your entire year. Buckle up for a journey that transcends the ordinary, offering you the tools to not only set goals, but to conquer them with unwavering strength. Stick around until the end, and let the timeless wisdom of the Stoics be your compass in navigating the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. Your journey to a purposeful 2024 begins now. Don't miss a moment. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a virtuous and happy life, regardless of our external circumstances. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot control. This is especially important when dealing with difficult people and situations. We all have to deal with difficult people and situations from time to time. It could be a co-worker who is always rude and disrespectful, a family member who is constantly criticizing us, or a customer who is unreasonable and demanding. Whatever the case may be, these situations can be very stressful and upsetting. However, Stoicism teaches us that we don't have to let difficult people and situations control our emotions or derail our happiness. By applying Stoic principles, we can learn to manage our reactions and respond in a calm and rational way. One of the most famous Stoics was the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. He was a wise and compassionate leader who faced many challenges during his lifetime. In his meditations, he wrote about how he used Stoicism to deal with difficult people and situations. For example, Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If you run into someone who is disagreeable, remember that he is acting according to his own character and judgment. He cannot act otherwise. Do not be angry with him for acting according to his nature. Instead, pity him for not having a better one." This passage reminds us that we should not get angry or upset with people who are difficult or disagreeable. They are simply behaving according to their own nature. Instead, we should pity them for not being better people. Another Stoic who wrote about dealing with difficult people was Epictetus. He was a former slave who became a renowned philosopher. In his discourses, he wrote, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This passage reminds us that we should be open-minded and willing to learn from others, even if they are difficult or disagreeable. If we can find the wisdom to do this, we can often learn valuable lessons from even the most challenging situations. In this video, we will discuss some of the key Stoic principles that can be applied to dealing with difficult people and situations. We will also provide concrete examples and practical advice on how to use these principles in everyday life. I hope that this video will help you to develop the resilience and inner strength you need to deal with any difficult person or situation that comes your way. Dichotomy of control. One of the fundamental principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. This principle teaches us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot control. We can only control our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. We cannot control the behavior of others, external events, or the natural world. When we understand the dichotomy of control, it can help us to remain calm and collected in the face of difficult people and situations. We can realize that there is no point in getting upset or angry about things that we cannot control. Instead, we can focus on what we can control, such as our own attitude and response. Virtue is the only good. Another key Stoic principle is that virtue is the only good. This means that the only thing that truly matters is developing our own virtues, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. External things, such as wealth, fame, and power, are not truly valuable. When we focus on developing our own virtues, it can help us to become more resilient and less easily upset by difficult people and situations. We can realize that our happiness does not depend on external things, but rather on our own inner character. Everything happens for a reason. Finally, Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason. This does not mean that everything that happens is good. It simply means that everything that happens has a purpose and is ultimately for our own good. When we believe that everything happens for a reason, it can help us to maintain a positive attitude in the face of adversity. We can see difficult people and situations as opportunities for growth and learning. We can also be confident that, in the end, everything will work out for the best. Now that we have discussed some of the key Stoic principles, let's take a look at some concrete examples and practical advice on how to use these principles to deal with difficult people and situations. Example 1. You are working on a project with a co-worker who is constantly criticizing your work. You are starting to feel frustrated and discouraged. Remember the dichotomy of control. You cannot control your co-worker's behavior, but you can control your own reaction. Focus on developing your own virtues. Instead of getting upset with your co-worker, try to learn from their criticism. Ask yourself if there is any truth to their feedback. If so, use it to improve your work. If not, simply ignore it. Believe that everything happens for a reason. Perhaps this co-worker is here to teach you patience, resilience, and how to deal with difficult people. Try to see this situation as an opportunity for growth. Example 2. You are at a customer service job and you have a customer who is being rude and demanding. You are starting to feel angry and resentful. Remember the dichotomy of control. You cannot control the customer's behavior, but you can control your own reaction. Focus on developing your own virtues. Be patient and understanding, even though the customer is being difficult. This will show that you are a professional and that you are committed to providing good customer service. Believe that everything happens for a reason. Perhaps this customer is here to teach you how to stay calm and collected under pressure. Try to see this situation as an opportunity to practice your Stoic principles. Example 3. You are in a relationship with someone who is often negative and critical. You are starting to feel drained and unhappy. Remember the dichotomy of control. You cannot control your partner's behavior, but you can control your own reaction. Focus on developing your own virtues. Be positive and supportive, even though your partner is being negative. This will show that you are a strong and independent person. Believe that everything happens for a reason. Perhaps this relationship is here to teach you how to set boundaries and how to take care of your own emotional needs. Try to see this situation as an opportunity for growth. Feeling angry or upset when dealing with difficult people or situations. Stoics teach us that we should not let our emotions control us. Instead, we should strive to remain calm and rational. One way to do this is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we are mindful, we are more aware of our thoughts and feelings. We can then choose how to react to them. Another way to stay calm and rational is to use cognitive restructuring. Cognitive restructuring is the process of challenging and changing our negative thoughts. When we have negative thoughts about a difficult person or situation, we can ask ourselves if these thoughts are realistic and helpful. If not, we can replace them with more realistic and helpful thoughts. Taking things personally. Stoics believe that we should not internalize the negative behavior of others. We should remember that their behavior is a reflection of them, not us. One way to avoid taking things personally is to remind ourselves of the dichotomy of control. We cannot control the behavior of others, but we can control our own reaction. We can choose to not let their behavior affect us. Another way to avoid taking things personally is to practice compassion. Compassion is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When we have compassion for someone who is behaving badly, we are less likely to take their behavior personally. Feeling overwhelmed or powerless. Stoics remind us that we always have the power to choose our own attitude and response to a situation. We may not be able to control the situation itself, but we can control our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. One way to feel less overwhelmed and powerless is to focus on what we can control. We can also remind ourselves that we are stronger than we think we are. We have overcome difficult challenges in the past, and we can overcome this challenge as well. In this video, we have discussed some of the key Stoic principles that can be applied to dealing with difficult people and situations. We have also provided concrete examples and practical advice on how to use these principles in everyday life. I hope that this video has helped you to develop a better understanding of how to deal with difficult people and situations in a calm and rational way. Remember, you cannot control the behavior of others, but you can control your own reaction. By focusing on what you can control and by applying Stoic principles, you can build resilience and inner strength. You can also see difficult people and situations as opportunities for growth and learning. By embracing challenges and learning from your mistakes, you can become a better person. Here are some additional tips for dealing with difficult people and situations. Set boundaries. It is important to set boundaries with difficult people. Let them know what you are and are not willing to tolerate. Be firm but respectful. Take breaks. If you are feeling overwhelmed, take a break from the situation. Go for a walk, listen to music, or do something else that you enjoy. Talk to someone. Talking to a friend, family member, or therapist can help you to process your emotions and develop coping mechanisms. Remember, you are not alone. Everyone has to deal with difficult people and situations from time to time. The important thing is to remember that you have the power to control your own reaction. By applying Stoic principles, you can build resilience and inner strength, and you can see difficult people and situations as opportunities for growth and learning. Thank you for watching this video on Stoic advice for dealing with difficult people and situations. I hope that you have found the information in this video to be helpful. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I would also love to hear your own stories and experiences with dealing with difficult people and situations. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more Stoic wisdom. I also encourage you to share this video with your friends and family who may be struggling with difficult people and situations. Thank you again for watching. I hope to see you next time. Stoicism is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and Rome. It teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on our own control and accepting what we cannot control. Stoicism can help us to be happier and more resilient in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches us that we can achieve happiness by living in accordance with nature and by accepting what we cannot control. The 10 principles in this video are all based on this core Stoic philosophy. Here are the 10 Stoic principles that can help you live a happier life. 1. Live in the present moment. Stoics believe that we should focus on the present moment and not dwell on the past or worry about the future. This can help us to be more mindful and less stressed. As the famous Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." When we dwell on the past, we are often filled with regret or resentment. And when we worry about the future, we are often filled with anxiety or fear. By living in the present moment, we can free ourselves from these negative emotions and enjoy the here and now. One way to practice living in the present moment is to meditate. Meditation can help us to focus our attention on the present moment and to let go of our thoughts about the past and the future. There are many different types of meditation, so you can find one that works best for you. 2. Accept what you cannot control. There are many things in life that are outside of our control. Stoics believe that we should accept these things and not let them control our emotions. This is easier said than done, but it is an important Stoic principle. When we try to control things that are outside of our control, we often end up feeling frustrated or angry. By accepting what we cannot control, we can free ourselves from these negative emotions and focus on the things that we can control. One way to practice accepting what you cannot control is to think about the things that you are grateful for. When we focus on the things that we are grateful for, it is easier to let go of the things that we cannot control. 3. Don't let your emotions control you. Stoics believe that we should not let our emotions dictate our behavior. We should try to stay calm and rational in difficult situations. This is another difficult Stoic principle to put into practice, but it is an important one. When we let our emotions control us, we often make bad decisions. By learning to control our emotions, we can make better decisions and live happier lives. One way to practice controlling your emotions is to identify your triggers. What are the things that make you angry, sad, or anxious? Once you know your triggers, you can start to develop strategies for coping with them. 4. Practice gratitude. Stoics believe that we should be grateful for what we have, even if it is not much. Gratitude can help us to appreciate the good things in our lives and to be less focused on the negative. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that can have a positive impact on our mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who are grateful are more likely to be happy, healthy, and resilient. There are many different ways to practice gratitude. You can keep a gratitude journal, write a letter to someone you are grateful for, or simply take a few minutes each day to think about the things that you are grateful for. 5. Do your duty. Stoics believe that we have a duty to live a virtuous life. This means doing what is right, even when it is difficult. Virtue is another important concept in Stoicism. Stoics believe that there are 4 main virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. When we live a virtuous life, we are living in accordance with nature and we are doing what is best for ourselves and for others. One way to practice doing your duty is to think about the things that you believe are right and wrong. What are the things that you would be willing to stand up for even if it is difficult? Once you know what you believe, you can start to take action in accordance with your beliefs. 6. Be strong and courageous. Stoics believe that we should be strong and courageous in the face of adversity. This does not mean that we should never feel fear or sadness, but it does mean that we should not let these emotions control us. Courage is another important virtue in Stoicism. Stoics believe that we should face our fears and challenges head-on. When we are courageous, we are showing strength and determination. One way to practice courage is to step outside of your comfort zone. Do something that you are afraid of doing. This could be anything from public speaking to asking someone out on a date. When you face your fears, you will become stronger and more confident. 7. Be indifferent to external things. Stoics believe that we should not attach our happiness to external things, such as wealth, fame, or power. These things are outside of our control and can be lost at any time. Stoics believe that the only thing that is truly within our control is our own thoughts and actions. Therefore, we should focus on these things and not worry about things that are outside of our control. One way to practice being indifferent to external things is to focus on your own goals and values. What is important to you? What do you want to achieve in life? When you focus on your own goals and values, you will be less likely to be swayed by external things. 8. Be mindful of your thoughts. Stoics believe that our thoughts can have a big impact on our emotions and behavior. We should be mindful of our thoughts and try to focus on positive ones. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we are mindful, we are more aware of our thoughts and feelings. This can help us to control our emotions and to make better decisions. One way to practice mindfulness is to meditate. Meditation can help us to focus our attention on the present moment and to let go of our thoughts about the past and the future. There are many different types of meditation, so you can find one that works best for you. 9. Meditate regularly. Meditation is a powerful tool that can help us to control our thoughts and emotions. It can also help us to live in the present moment and to be more grateful for what we have. Meditation is one of the most important Stoic practices. It can help us to develop all of the other Stoic virtues, such as acceptance, courage, and gratitude. If you are new to meditation, start with a few minutes each day. You can gradually increase the amount of time you meditate as you become more comfortable with it. 10. Help others. Stoics believe that we should help others whenever we can. This can help us to connect with others and to feel more fulfilled in our lives. Helping others is another important Stoic practice. It can help us to develop the virtue of justice and to feel good about ourselves. There are many different ways to help others. You can volunteer your time, donate to charity, or simply be kind to the people around you. These are just 10 of the Stoic principles that can help you live a happier life. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel for more videos on Stoicism and other topics. Thanks for watching. Stoic Morning Affirmations, Shaping a Virtuous Day. In the hustle and bustle of our modern world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the daily challenges and distractions that life throws at us. But the Stoic philosophers, with their emphasis on wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, provide us with a compass to navigate these complexities with grace and resilience. Stoicism isn't just a philosophical concept. It's a practical guide for living a life of meaning and purpose. And the morning hours are a crucial time to set the tone for the day ahead. By incorporating Stoic morning affirmations into your routine, you can cultivate a mindset that aligns with Stoic values, allowing you to face challenges with clarity and strength. In this video, we'll delve into the core principles of Stoicism, explore the power of morning affirmations, and guide you in crafting your own affirmations inspired by Stoic virtues. By the end of this journey, you'll be equipped with the tools to start each day with intention, purpose, and a commitment to leading a virtuous life. Let's begin. Stoicism, often referred to as a philosophy of life, provides us with profound insights into how to live a meaningful and fulfilling existence. Developed in ancient Greece by philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism has stood the test of time and remains incredibly relevant in our fast-paced modern world. At its core, Stoicism teaches us that the key to a good life lies in our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. It encourages us to focus on what we can control while accepting what we cannot. This mindset aligns perfectly with the concept of morning affirmations. By starting our day with Stoic principles in mind, we set ourselves up for success and resilience. Morning affirmations are a powerful tool for shaping our mindset. They are positive statements or beliefs that we repeat to ourselves regularly, often in the morning, to reinforce our goals and values. The power of morning affirmations lies in their ability to influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors throughout the day. When we recite affirmations, we are essentially programming our minds with the beliefs and attitudes we want to cultivate. This practice can boost our self-confidence, increase our motivation, and help us stay focused on what truly matters to us. In the context of Stoicism, morning affirmations serve as a bridge between philosophy and daily life. They enable us to internalize Stoic values and virtues, making them a part of our everyday experience. By starting each day with positive Stoic affirmations, we actively shape our character and set the stage for virtuous living. Stoicism revolves around a set of core values and virtues that guide us toward a life of wisdom, resilience, and moral integrity. These values are the foundation upon which Stoic philosophy is built, and they provide a framework for making ethical decisions and living in harmony with the natural order of the universe. The primary Stoic values are wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom encourages us to seek understanding, not only of the world around us but also of ourselves. It's about gaining insight into what is truly important and living in accordance with that wisdom. Courage doesn't just refer to physical bravery, but also the strength to face life's challenges with resolve and a calm mind. Temperance is the virtue of self-control and moderation. It teaches us to balance our desires and avoid excess. Justice is about treating others fairly and with kindness, recognizing our interconnectedness with all people. These virtues serve as our moral compass, guiding us toward virtuous actions and decisions. Stoic morning affirmations are a powerful way to remind ourselves of these values and reinforce our commitment to living a life of purpose and integrity. Crafting Stoic morning affirmations is a personal and empowering process. These affirmations should resonate deeply with your values and aspirations while aligning with Stoic principles. Here's a simple guide to help you create your own affirmations. Start with clarity. Begin by identifying the Stoic virtues that resonate most with you. What aspects of wisdom, courage, temperance, or justice do you want to emphasize in your life? Be positive and present. Frame your affirmations positively and in the present tense. For example, instead of saying, "I will be courageous," say, "I am courageous." Keep them concise. Affirmations should be concise and easy to remember. This makes them more effective in daily use. Personalize them. Tailor your affirmations to your unique circumstances and challenges. Make them relevant to your life. Repeat and visualize. Practice your affirmations daily, preferably in the morning. Visualize how embodying these virtues will positively impact your day. Here are some examples of Stoic morning affirmations. I am wise and seek understanding in all things. I have the courage to face challenges with a calm and steadfast heart. I practice temperance, finding balance in my desires and actions. I am just and fair in all my interactions, treating others with kindness. Incorporating Stoic morning affirmations into a daily routine can be a transformative experience. The morning is an ideal time to set the tone for the day ahead. Here's how you can create a morning ritual with affirmations. Select a quiet space. Find a peaceful, quiet space where you can focus without distractions. Set a consistent time. Choose a specific time in the morning for your ritual. It could be right after waking up or during your morning coffee. Take a deep breath. Begin with a deep breath to center yourself and clear your mind. Recite your affirmations. Repeat your chosen Stoic morning affirmations slowly and intentionally. Feel the words as you say them. Visualize. As you recite your affirmations, visualize yourself embodying the Stoic virtues in your daily life. Journaling, optional. Consider keeping a journal to record your thoughts and reflections after your morning ritual. This can deepen your connection to the affirmations. Remember that consistency is key. By making this ritual a daily practice, you'll gradually internalize Stoic virtues and experience positive changes in your mindset and actions. Let's explore some Stoic morning affirmation examples that embody the core virtues of Stoicism. Wisdom. I seek wisdom and understanding in all my actions, making choices that align with my values and purpose. Courage. I have the courage to face life's challenges with a calm mind and unwavering determination. Temperance. I practice temperance, finding balance in my desires and actions, knowing that moderation leads to clarity. Justice. I am just and fair in all my interactions, treating others with kindness, empathy, and respect. Gratitude. I am grateful for the opportunities and challenges that each day brings, recognizing them as opportunities for growth. Feel free to adapt these affirmations to your personal preferences and circumstances. Crafting affirmations that resonate with you will make your morning ritual more meaningful and effective. Now that you have an understanding of Stoic morning affirmations and how to create them, let's explore the remarkable benefits this practice can bring to your life. Enhanced resilience. Stoic affirmations help build emotional resilience by preparing you to face challenges with a calm and centered mindset. This can prevent reactionary and impulsive responses. Increased focus. Affirmations direct your attention to what truly matters, improving your ability to focus on your goals and priorities throughout the day. Positive mindset. Repeating Stoic affirmations fosters a positive and optimistic outlook, even in the face of adversity. Alignment with values. Affirmations help you live in accordance with Stoic virtues, ensuring that your daily actions align with your values and principles. Improved decision-making. When you start your day with affirmations grounded in wisdom and virtue, you're more likely to make sound and ethical decisions. Reduced stress. Affirmations can reduce stress by promoting mindfulness and self-awareness, helping you manage daily pressures more effectively. Enhanced self-confidence. As you internalize Stoic values through affirmations, your self-confidence grows, making you more capable of tackling challenges and pursuing your goals. By incorporating Stoic morning affirmations into your daily routine, you can experience these transformative benefits and live a more virtuous, purposeful life. The journey of Stoic morning affirmations doesn't end with the recitation in the morning. It's essential to reflect on their impact throughout the day. Here's how daily reflection can deepen your Stoic practice. Review your day. In the evening, take a few moments to reflect on your day. Did you embody the virtues you affirmed in the morning? Identify challenges. Acknowledge any challenges or situations where you might have faltered in your Stoic principles. Don't be too hard on yourself. Use these moments as opportunities for growth. Celebrate successes. Celebrate your successes in living out your affirmations. Recognize moments where you stayed true to Stoic values. Adjust and adapt. If you notice areas where you can improve, adjust your affirmations as needed. This iterative process enhances your practice over time. Gratitude. Reflect on the things you are grateful for, embracing Stoic gratitude as a reminder of life's beauty. Remember that Stoicism is not about achieving perfection, but striving for improvement. Daily reflection helps you fine-tune your practice and deepen your understanding of Stoic principles. In conclusion, Stoic morning affirmations are a potent tool for shaping a virtuous day and a virtuous life. By integrating Stoic values and virtues into your daily routine, you are not merely reciting words, but actively cultivating a resilient, wise, and morally grounded mindset. As you begin this practice, keep in mind that consistency is key. Over time, you will notice positive changes in your thoughts, emotions, and actions. You will find yourself better equipped to face life's challenges with grace and purpose. Remember that Stoicism is not about eliminating negative emotions or challenges. It's about developing the inner strength and wisdom to navigate them with integrity and serenity. I encourage you to start crafting your own Stoic morning affirmations. Personalize them to your unique journey and embark on this transformative path to virtuous living. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoicism, and may your mornings be filled with wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey into Stoic morning affirmations and their profound impact on shaping a virtuous day. We hope you've gained valuable insights into how Stoicism can be applied to your daily life, and how these affirmations can be a powerful tool for personal growth. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it and subscribing to our channel for more content on Stoicism and self-improvement. Your support keeps us motivated to create more valuable content like this. If you would like to share your own experiences with Stoic morning affirmations, please leave a comment below. Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy to be studied, it's a way of life to be lived. By incorporating Stoic morning affirmations into your daily routine, you're taking a step towards a life characterized by wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. As you embark on this journey, be patient with yourself and stay committed. Small daily actions can lead to profound personal transformation over time. we wish you a life filled with virtue, resilience, and purpose. Thank you once again for watching, and we look forward to sharing more Stoic wisdom with you in the future. Until then, may your mornings be filled with clarity, strength, and the pursuit of a good life. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on our own control and accepting what we cannot control. Stoicism can help us to be happier and more resilient in our relationships. Stoicism teaches us that we can achieve happiness in our relationships by accepting what we cannot control, focusing on the present moment, and being mindful of our thoughts and emotions. The 7 principles that I will discuss in this video are all based on this core Stoic philosophy. Here are the 7 principles of Stoicism for healthy relationships. 1. Accept what you cannot control. One of the most important Stoic principles is to accept what we cannot control. This is especially important in relationships where there are many things that are outside of our control. For example, we cannot control our partner's thoughts, feelings, or actions. We also cannot control the circumstances that we face in our relationships. When we try to control things that are outside of our control, we often end up feeling frustrated or angry. By accepting what we cannot control, we can free ourselves from these negative emotions and focus on the things that we can control. 2. Focus on the present moment. Stoics believe that we should focus on the present moment and not dwell on the past or worry about the future. This can be difficult in relationships where we often have expectations about how things should be. However, by focusing on the present moment, we can appreciate the good things in our relationships and avoid getting caught up in negative thoughts and emotions. One way to practice focusing on the present moment in your relationships is to spend time with your partner without distractions. This could mean going for a walk, talking without checking your phones, or simply sitting in silence together. 3. Be mindful of your thoughts and emotions. Stoics believe that our thoughts and emotions can have a big impact on our relationships. When we are mindful of our thoughts and emotions, we can better understand ourselves and our partner. We can also learn to control our thoughts and emotions so that they do not control us. One way to practice mindfulness in your relationships is to pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you notice a negative thought or emotion, simply acknowledge it and let it go. 4. Practice gratitude. Stoics believe that we should be grateful for what we have, even if it is not much. Gratitude can help us to appreciate the good things in our relationships and to be more positive. There are many ways to practice gratitude in your relationships. You can keep a gratitude journal, write a letter to your partner expressing your gratitude, or simply take a few minutes each day to think about the things you are grateful for. 5. Communicate effectively. Stoics believe that communication is essential for healthy relationships. We should be able to communicate our thoughts and feelings to our partner in a clear and honest way. We should also be able to listen to our partner's thoughts and feelings without judgment. One way to improve your communication skills in your relationships is to practice active listening. This means listening to your partner without interrupting and trying to understand their point of view. 6. Be willing to compromise. No relationship is perfect. There will be times when you and your partner disagree. When this happens, it is important to be willing to compromise. This means finding a solution that works for both of you, even if it is not your first choice. Being willing to compromise shows your partner that you care about their needs and that you are willing to work together to make the relationship work. 7. Be forgiving. Everyone makes mistakes. When your partner makes a mistake, it is important to be forgiving. This does not mean that you have to forget what happened, but it does mean that you should not hold it against them. Forgiveness can help to heal the relationship and move forward. These are just 7 of the Stoic principles that can help you have healthier relationships. I encourage you to explore Stoicism and see how it can benefit your own relationships. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel for more videos on Stoicism and other topics. And if you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Thank you for watching. How to overcome the fear of death. Stoic practices. The fear of death is a natural human emotion. It's something that we all think about at some point in our lives. But the fear of death can also be debilitating. It can prevent us from living our lives to the fullest. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that can help us to overcome the fear of death. Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. They also teach us that death is a natural part of life and that it's nothing to be afraid of. In this video, we're going to discuss some Stoic practices that can help you to overcome the fear of death. We'll also talk about how to approach death in a Stoic way. Memento mori is a Latin phrase that means remember that you will die. It's a Stoic practice that involves reminding yourself of your own mortality on a daily basis. This may seem morbid, but it's actually a very effective way to overcome the fear of death. When you remind yourself that you're going to die, it forces you to focus on what's important in life. It also helps you to appreciate the time that you have left. There are many ways to practice memento mori. You can keep a skull on your desk, or you can simply take a few minutes each day to think about your own death. You can also read books or articles about death, or watch documentaries about it. The important thing is to find a way to remind yourself of your own mortality on a regular basis. This will help you to develop a more Stoic attitude towards death. Another Stoic practice that can help you to overcome the fear of death is to meditate on it. This involves taking some time each day to contemplate your own mortality and what it means to you. At first, this may be difficult, but as you continue to practice, it will become easier, and eventually you'll find that you're no longer afraid of death. To meditate on death, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and relax your body. Then, begin to think about your own death. Imagine yourself dying. Think about what you feel and what you think. Imagine what it would be like to be no longer alive. Don't be afraid to explore your thoughts and feelings. This is a valuable exercise for overcoming the fear of death. One of the most important lessons of Stoicism is to live in the present moment. This means focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. When you live in the present moment, you're not worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. You're simply enjoying the present moment. This is a very important practice for overcoming the fear of death, because when you're focused on the present moment, You're not thinking about your own mortality. You're simply living your life to the fullest. To live in the present moment, pay attention to your surroundings. Notice the sounds, sights, smells, tastes, and textures that you're experiencing. Be aware of your thoughts and feelings. And when your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the present moment. It takes practice, but eventually you'll be able to live in the present moment more and more often. Death is a natural part of life. It's something that happens to all living things. But many people find it difficult to accept this. They may deny their own mortality or try to avoid thinking about death altogether. However, accepting that death is a natural part of life is an important step in overcoming the fear of death. When you accept that you're going to die, you can start to focus on living your life to the fullest. There are many things in life that we cannot control. We cannot control when or how we die, but we can control how we live our lives. When we focus on what we can control, we feel more in charge of our lives, and this can help to reduce our fear of death. So focus on the things that you can control, such as your thoughts, your actions, and your relationships, and let go of the things that you cannot control, such as the future and the past. Remember that death is a natural part of life, and that it's nothing to be afraid of. And when you die, you will lose nothing but the time you spent alive. Stoic virtues are qualities of character that Stoics believe are essential for living a good life. These virtues include wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. When we practice Stoic virtues, we become more resilient and better able to cope with life's challenges. This includes the challenge of facing death. Here are some specific ways to practice Stoic virtues. Wisdom. Seek to understand the world and your place in it. Study philosophy and learn from the wisdom of others. Courage. Face your fears head-on. Don't shy away from difficult challenges. Justice. Be fair and just in your dealings with others. Temperance. Be moderate in your desires. Avoid extremes of pleasure and pain. By practicing Stoic virtues, you can develop a more Stoic attitude towards death. You can learn to accept death as a natural part of life and to live in the present moment without fear. Seneca was a Roman Stoic philosopher who lived from 4 BC to 65 AD. He was also a tutor to the Roman Emperor Nero. Seneca wrote extensively about death. In one of his letters he said, "Death is the only certain thing in life. Everything else is uncertain." Seneca also said, "Death is not to be feared. It is the end of all suffering." Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher who lived from 121 AD to 180 AD. He is considered to be one of the greatest Stoics of all time. Marcus Aurelius wrote a book called Meditations, which is a collection of his thoughts and reflections on life. In Meditations he said, "Death is not terrible, it is only the end of life." Marcus Aurelius also said, "When you die, you will lose nothing but the time you spent alive." If you're facing death, or if you're simply thinking about it, there are a few things that you can do to approach it in a Stoic way. Accept that death is a natural part of life. Death is not something to be feared. it's simply the end of life. Focus on what you can control. You cannot control when or how you die, but you can control how you live your life. Live in the present moment. Don't worry about the future or dwell on the past. Simply enjoy the present moment. Be grateful for the time that you have. Remember that death is a natural part of life and that it's nothing to be afraid of. The fear of death is a natural human emotion, but it's also something that we can overcome by following the Stoic practices that we've discussed in this video. You can learn to approach death in a calm and collected way. Remember, death is not something to be feared. It's simply the end of life. And when you die, you will lose nothing but the time you spent alive. So make the most of the time that you have. Live your life to the fullest and be grateful for every moment. In addition to the practices that we've discussed, there are a few other things that you can do to overcome the fear of death. One thing that you can do is to learn more about death. The more you know about death, the less scary it will seem. You can read books and articles about death or watch documentaries about it. You can also talk to people who have experienced the death of a loved one. Another thing that you can do is to find a meaning or purpose in life. When you have a meaning or purpose in life, death is not as scary, because you know that you have lived a meaningful life and that you have made a difference in the world. Finally, remember that you're not alone. Everyone faces death at some point in their lives. And there are many people who can help you to overcome your fear of death. Talk to your friends and family about your fears, or seek professional help from a therapist or counselor. Death is a natural part of life, but it's also something that we can overcome. By following the Stoic practices that we've discussed in this video, you can learn to approach death in a calm and collected way. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos on Stoicism and other topics. And if you have any friends or family members who might be interested in this topic, please share this video with them. Thank you for watching. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling refreshed and energized. You have a full day ahead of you, but you're not feeling stressed or anxious. Instead, you're excited to get started. You know exactly what you need to do, and you're confident that you can accomplish it. This is the power of overcoming morning procrastination. Morning procrastination is the habit of putting off tasks until later in the morning, or even until the afternoon or evening. It can be caused by a variety of factors, such as lack of motivation, fear of failure, or simply wanting to enjoy the last few minutes of sleep. While morning procrastination may seem harmless at first, it can have a negative impact on your productivity, your stress levels, and your overall well-being. When you procrastinate in the morning, you're setting yourself up for a stressful and chaotic day. You may feel rushed and overwhelmed, and you may not have enough time to complete all of your tasks. This can lead to missed deadlines, decreased performance, and increased stress. The good news is that morning procrastination can be overcome. And one of the best ways to do this is to apply the principles of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life in the face of adversity. Stoics believe that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. They also believe that we should live in accordance with our values and be virtuous. These principles can be applied to morning procrastination in a number of ways. For example, Stoics would encourage us to focus on the benefits of completing our morning tasks. They would also remind us that procrastination is a choice and that we have the power to choose to be productive instead. Here is a specific example of how to apply Stoicism to morning procrastination. Imagine that you have a big presentation at work tomorrow morning. You know that you need to prepare for the presentation, but you're feeling unmotivated and you'd rather stay in bed. A Stoic would encourage you to focus on the benefits of preparing for the presentation. They would remind you that if you're well prepared, you'll be more confident and more likely to deliver a successful presentation. They would also remind you that procrastination is a choice and that you have the power to choose to be productive instead. The Stoic would also encourage you to focus on what you can control and accept what you cannot control. You cannot control how well the presentation goes, but you can control how well you prepare for it. By focusing on your preparation, you're increasing your chances of success. By applying the principles of Stoicism to morning procrastination, you can learn to overcome this habit and start your day off on the right foot. What is morning procrastination? Morning procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing tasks that are scheduled to be done in the morning. It can be caused by a variety of factors, such as lack of motivation, fear of failure, or simply wanting to enjoy the last few minutes of sleep. How Stoicism can help. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life in the face of adversity. Stoics believe that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. They also believe that we should live in accordance with our values and be virtuous. These principles can be applied to morning procrastination in a number of ways. For example, Stoics would encourage us to focus on the benefits of completing our morning tasks. They would also remind us that procrastination is a choice and that we have the power to choose to be productive instead. Here are some specific ways that Stoicism can help us overcome morning procrastination. Focus on the benefits of completing our morning tasks. Stoics believe that we should focus on the positive aspects of our actions. When we're faced with a task that we're tempted to procrastinate on, we can ask ourselves, what are the benefits of completing this task? For example, if we have a big presentation at work tomorrow morning, we can remind ourselves that by preparing for the presentation, we're increasing our chances of success. We can also remind ourselves that by being well prepared, we'll be more confident and less anxious. Remind ourselves that procrastination is a choice. Stoics believe that we are responsible for our own choices. When we procrastinate, we're choosing to delay or postpone a task. We're also choosing to accept the consequences of procrastination, such as increased stress, missed deadlines, and decreased performance. By reminding ourselves that procrastination is a choice, we can empower ourselves to make better choices. We can choose to be productive instead of procrastinating. Focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. Stoics believe that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot control. When we're faced with a task that we're tempted to procrastinate on, we can ask ourselves, what can I control in this situation? For example, if you're applying for a job, you cannot control whether or not you get the job, but you can control how well you prepare for the interview. By practicing your answers to common interview questions, dressing professionally, and arriving on time, you're increasing your chances of success. Live in accordance with our values and be virtuous. Stoics believe that we should live in accordance with our values and be virtuous. This means that we should act in a way that is consistent with our beliefs about what is right and good. When we procrastinate, we're not acting in accordance with our values. We're not being virtuous. We're choosing to be lazy and to avoid difficult tasks. By reminding ourselves of our values and virtues, we can motivate ourselves to overcome procrastination. We can choose to act in a way that is consistent with our beliefs about what is right and good. Here are some practical tips on how to implement Stoic principles into your morning routine to overcome procrastination. Set realistic goals for the morning. One of the best ways to avoid procrastination is to set realistic goals for the morning. If you set your sights too high, you're more likely to feel overwhelmed and give up. Start by setting 1 or 2 small goals for the morning. For example, you could set a goal to wake up at a certain time, to get ready for work in a certain amount of time, or to complete a specific task. Once you've achieved your initial goals, you can gradually increase the difficulty and number of goals you set for yourself. Focus on one task at a time. Multitasking is a myth. When you try to do multiple tasks at once, you're actually less efficient and more likely to make mistakes. Instead of multitasking, focus on one task at a time. When you're working on a task, give it your full attention. Avoid distractions and don't switch to another task until you've finished the first task. Reward yourself for completing tasks. Positive reinforcement is a powerful tool for overcoming procrastination. When you complete a task, reward yourself with something you enjoy. For example, you could reward yourself with a break, a snack, or a few minutes of your favorite activity. By rewarding yourself, you're making procrastination less appealing and productivity more rewarding. Create a system for tracking your progress. Tracking your progress is a great way to stay motivated and avoid procrastination. When you see how far you've come, you'll be more likely to keep going. There are a number of ways to track your progress. You could keep a journal, use a productivity app, or simply create a simple checklist. When tracking your progress, focus on the following. What tasks did you complete? How long did each task take? Did you encounter any challenges? How can you improve your performance next time? By tracking your progress, you can identify areas where you can improve and make adjustments to your routine as needed. Make your morning routine enjoyable. One of the best ways to overcome procrastination is to make your morning routine enjoyable. If you look forward to your morning routine, you're more likely to stick to it. Add things to your morning routine that you enjoy, such as listening to music, reading a book, or spending time with your loved ones. Get enough sleep. When you're well rested, you're more likely to have the energy and motivation to overcome procrastination. Aim to get 7-8 hours of sleep per night. Create a positive environment. The environment you're in can have a big impact on your productivity. If your environment is cluttered and disorganized, you're more likely to procrastinate. Create a positive and organized environment where you can focus on your work. This may involve decluttering your workspace, setting up a designated work area, or playing calming music. Morning procrastination is a common problem, but it can be overcome. By applying the principles of Stoicism and following the tips above, you can learn to overcome procrastination and start your day off on the right foot. Remember, Procrastination is a choice. You have the power to choose to be productive instead. When you're faced with a task that you're tempted to procrastinate on, ask yourself the following questions. What are the benefits of completing this task? What can I control in this situation? Am I acting in accordance with my values and virtues? By asking yourself these questions, you can gain perspective and make better choices. Here are some additional tips for overcoming morning procrastination. Make your morning routine enjoyable. Get enough sleep. Create a positive environment. By following these tips, you can set yourself up for a productive and successful day. Remember, you are in control of your choices. Choose to be productive instead of procrastinating. If you're tired of procrastinating and want to start your day off on the right foot, then apply the tips in this video to your morning routine. Share this video with your friends and family who struggle with morning procrastination. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips on how to live a more productive and fulfilling life. Leave a comment below and let me know what tips you're going to try and how they work for you. Thanks for watching.